We have been asking the same question, and the result is this audiobook. Over the years, we have committed ourselves to helping senior leaders develop their head and, sometimes, their heart. More recently, we have been focusing our attention on the additional requirement for courage, guts. Though this remains an area where we, and everyone else, need to do much more work. Still, everything we do in our work and see in the larger world tells us that it is possible to develop whole leaders. But only if organizations move away from traditional cognitive development models and embrace a more holistic approach. Who we are. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We'd like to go back a bit and tell you more about who we are, how we created the three-part model, the head, heart, and guts model of leadership that you'll find in this audiobook. First, a mea culpa. As consultants, we have contributed to the problem of partial leadership. We have done our share of classroom teaching, and no doubt our efforts have helped emphasize cognitive skill as the critical component of leadership success. Fortunately, we have also learned from our mistakes, and we discovered that even the most brilliantly analytical leaders fail if they lack certain other non-cognitive qualities. In fact, in our, David and Peter's, earlier book, Why CEOs Fail, we found that some of the brightest top executives we studied lacked awareness of their personal vulnerabilities, and this lack of awareness resulted in their downfall. In other words, chief executives who possess the emotional capacity to understand themselves and their effect on others, along with cognitive skills, have a much better chance of being successful leaders. We begin emphasizing the importance of softer qualities to complement the harder ones. We found that leaders who allowed their vulnerabilities to show, or who extended trust before it was earned, what we termed unnatural leadership skills, frequently were more effective in certain situations than the traditional command and control leaders. We created a development approach that helped leaders develop both cognitively and emotionally. But something was missing. Each of us glimpsed what it was in our own way and through our own experience. Steve, who has extensive global management experience and was special ambassador to the Soviet Union for President Reagan, observed that in leaders such as Mikhail Gorbachev and Ronald Reagan, what made them effective was their ability to put their beliefs on the line. Peter, as the former head of the counseling psychology department at Columbia University, has consistently worked to develop in leaders the capacity to empathize and connect. He was a first-hand witness to Mayor Giuliani's courage after 9/11 and how it helped a city cope with despair and fear. David, as a former executive vice president of several large companies, including Honeywell International, worked directly with some of the smartest CEOs, but saw that the key to their long-term success, as well as respect and commitment from others, was their willingness to do what was right, rather than take the easy or political expedient course of action. What we stand for and teach. Guts is an umbrella term for the quality we'd been missing. A willingness to do the right thing no matter how difficult that is. It became clear to us that leaders who combine the capacity to exhibit courage with cognitive and emotional intelligence are best able to deal with the complexities that organizations face today. It isn't guts in the sense of reckless risk-taking that is important. Rather, it is the willingness to take risks, based on strong beliefs and values.